Do you know what the song was that they danced to? You'll never in a million years guess what the song was.
Was it a Gary Glitter song?
No.
All right, because we had a Gary Glitter song in Pep Band.
All right, that's pretty bad.
It's not good.
You know what this was?
Huh?
Glycerine by Bush.
Look at my big stick. You like it?
It's pretty nice.
You like look at this whole.
I like that it still has leaves and stuff on it.
Look at this whole fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gladiator thing.
The gladiator mask. Yeah. Show me the front again.
Yeah. Let's get. Let me find a place where I can look
sure.
closer.
Sure.
You can press yourself up against a wall and.
That's hot.
Welcome back to Watson and James Don't Play. I am teen heartthrob and gay icon Lance Bass.
And I'm Watson.
Look at that mask.
I don't know why you did yours that way.
That's modeled after Lance, actually.
I didn't think of a fun one this week.
Look at it. Isn't it cool?
He's a golden god. Look at him.
It's cool, yeah.
You know?
Not to be fucked with.
It's a 5-star man.
You like my diaper?
He looks like he could summon the very fact that he is a man.
Every bone in my hand is broken.
What was that, like 4 sunny quotes in a row?
I've never been back here.
Oh, you never been to Mount Gelmir?
No, I've been here.
Everybody's been to Gelmir, bro.
I didn't know this is where it kind of spit you out, though.
Oh, sure.
Let me touch this. I gotta touch this Grace real quick. Touch it. Should we talk to Melina? Let's talk to Melina. What's Melina got to do? I like how she just kind of...
She's like, oh, I've just been right over here.
Phases into existence.
I've been off camera this whole time.
She just said the urgery is close, and so am I. The Accord is fulfilled. I thought I said the Accord is filled, like every seat in the Honda Accord is packed.
Yeah.
And Brian's in the trunk.
That's what I'm picturing.
Mother gave me my purpose.
Yeah.
I have to ascertain my... Got it. All right. Whatever.
Why did you choose to talk to somebody in a video game?
I should know better than that.
Like, do that on your own time.
Anyway, I didn't start out with this character being a bonk master.
Sure.
It was recommended to me. A friend of mine texted me the other night, and he's like, so you're playing Elden Ring, right? And I go, yeah, man. And he goes...
Bonkmaster build.
He says, did you find the Great Club yet? And I go, I've had a Great Club in other builds. What's going on there?
I was going to say, I've seen you build similar type bashers.
But I've never had one that's just a fucking meat stick.
That was like, case in point. You just, shattered that guy.
This is like the leg of a brontosaurus.
It really does feel Flintstonian.
Yeah. Just fucking gigantic. And I like that. Yeah, that's satisfying.
That's what I was
Really
going to say.
enjoy
You
that.
see the weight with every kind of lift and thrust or whatever he's doing. I don't know. It just sounds so sexual trying to talk about
Lift and thrust.
just the way he heaves.
Again, it's Gladiator. It's all very, they're all touching each other.
It's pretty homoerotic. Yeah, we're just going to have to get over that.
I've seen Spartacus. I know what they do.
Spartacus, I've seen Airplane.
You like movies about gladiators?
The bonk stick acts as a divining rod, too, and I just found this place.
Oh.
Yeah. It doesn't actually. I just knew this was here. Underground tomb ahead.
Look,
All right.
I
The
don't,
Wyndham Catacombs.
I don't care if it's for the joke. I think your rod's divine.
Isn't there like a Wyndham Hotels in addition to the Wyndham Catacombs?
Yes.
Do
Yes,
they?
there are indeed like the Wyndham Suites or whatever.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, you can watch premium cable and lay on somebody else's cum stains.
There was a local motel, and they had a sign outside for years that it was free HBO. Like, that was the selling point.
Free HBO, free HPV, everything.
To hang out at the motel. And I know this motel, and no one should ever go in there. I think it's closed now.
I think we've told a story probably in the past about a friend of ours getting robbed at that motel.
That specific motel?
If we're thinking of the same one. Or are we both just thinking of...
I think we're just thinking of local motels, and you shouldn't be at them.
I just don't want to say the name of the chain, because,
Sure. It's not even a chain. It's
if yours isn't a chain, then we just know 2 different people who worked at shitty hotels.
just shitty motels.
Yeah, motel.
Here.
Fun fact, I finally learned the difference between what a hotel and what a motel is after, years of not quite knowing the difference.
What is it?
So
Tell me now.
A motel is a single, corridor of rooms that all open to the outside, to, a parking lot.
Okay.
Hotel opens into, an atrium or just a hallway, and they're all connected in the same building.
You got to go inside.
That way, you got to go inside. So it has a lobby and all that stuff. But between you and the parking lot from your room. But a motel is, it just opens right out of the street.
What's the most money you spent per night at a hotel? I'll tell you if you. Mine's fucking stupid.
Probably
I'm ashamed of mine.
Probably 470.
All right, we're about the same then.
Oh, it's stupid. I'll agree to that right away. Yeah, I'm not saying that as like anything. It's just other than that's what I
I
did.
think 3 nights was like $1,600, and I go, I'm on vacation, baby.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
think that's why mine wasn't even 500. Is just because it was like 2 or 3 nights, so there was a little bit of a price break. And technically, I only paid 470 per night.
Sure.
But either way, it ate up some of the budget. I'll tell you that.
Right, we're like, bye-bye, savings account. I miss you. I'll miss you. I'll see you next year.
Well, it's just like that's less souvenirs from the trip you can get. That's less food and fun stuff you can do on the trip. But I will say it is nice to, when you're busy doing activities or doing something in another city and you go back to a hotel. It's nice to have a nice hotel to go back to. But I also kind of enjoy a motel where you just have to play cards on the floor and, you can steal the ashtray if you want
You
to.
can smoke inside the room.
You have to smoke inside the room.
Nobody cares. In fact, they expect you to smoke inside the room.
Right. And well, if you don't, you're just going to smell old cigarettes, so you might as well.
Might as well smell your own smokes.
Might as well smell the fresh stuff. But yeah, they have their pros and cons. Sometimes you feel like getting stabbed, and sometimes you feel like getting a scone. It's just whatever you're in the mood for.
Stab, scone. Might interest you in either of those. Well, I haven't upgraded this Great Club. It's just base Great Club. I was wondering why I wasn't doing much damage.
I know a shady Panera where you can get stabbed and a scone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's why it pays to know.
When did Panera become like classy? Because it's always seemed classy. They
Oh, I can tell you that.
they present themselves as classy, and you go in there and you go, wow, this fucking sucks.
I assume at this point, because they are like a bigger brand, everybody is familiar with Panera, but St. Louis Bread Company has been around us.
Yeah, that's what
our
we grew
whole
up with.
lives. But people didn't grow up with Panera.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually worked at one of the last 4 original St. Louis Bread Co.'s when it was still called Bread Co. And after they rolled out Panera merchandise, so we would get cups that would say Panera, but all of our signage and stuff in the store said St. Louis Bread Company. It was very weird for people who would come in from out of town and be like, wait, what are you guys?
Right. I've never worked at any kind of fast food establishment. I'm told that's a character flaw.
I don't know
think
if it's a character flaw considering you've worked in plenty of retail-like positions.
Yeah, my first job was a restaurant.
You've
I
had
worked
to
there
deal
for
in the service industry.
Yeah, I've worked there for 5 years.
Yeah, just because you didn't work at Taco Bell or something doesn't mean, you missed out on some essential experience. But, to answer your question about Panera being fancy, and then I want you to tell me more about your past jobs.
Okay, yeah, we'll walk through it.
Yeah, I want to.
We may have
do
before,
a quick
but
little timeline.
that
Just
was
a quick one.
That's like 50 episodes ago. You're not going to watch that.
At this point, we're free to talk about whatever. Yeah, because whether we covered it in an old episode or not, I think we're just going to do it again. Because fuck you. No.
Real aggressive to the audience. I like it.
I like it.
I'm into it.
You know what?
I love you guys, but also go fuck yourself.
But also, I don't owe you shit.
Yeah, I don't know you anything.
You're getting this for free, ad free.
Listen or not, I don't give a fuck.
So we're not even ad supported. No one supports us.
I'm doing this for daddy, not you.
And that's, trust me, no one supports us.
No, not a soul.
Certainly not James's wife. Not my parole officer. Nobody. Panera really tried to rebrand itself as what they told us as people who worked there was, we want to be people's everyday oasis.
Can you not?
We want middle-class moms to come in with their book group and sit at a table for 2 hours and drink tea.
Ew, no.
We want old ladies to do their church morning studies and eat scones. That's what they were trying to brand themselves as. It's come use our Wi-Fi, come get our refills, and while you're here, you're going to spend a little too much money on a pastry, and that's where we're going to make our money.
Right. I got you.
In addition to that, they also kind of tried to break into the drive-through and delivery space at the same time. So there's always been some kind of consternation as to what the fuck are you trying to do? What kind of restaurant, bakery, drive-through coffee place are you? What focus? Pick one.
Yeah.
I was there when they rolled out delivery. I was
there in the before 4 times.
I was there
delivery.
when they moved our store to a store that had a drive-through.
I called a Panera recently and I asked them, "Do you deliver?" And they go, "Kind of." And I go, "That's
Exactly.
a weird way to answer." They explained it to me and I go, I'm good.
If you live more than like 6 minutes away, they will not deliver to you from them.
I was
they will
given-
say order through DoorDash or whatever.
For Christmas, I was given a $25 gift card to Panera.
Sure.
And I said, I'm going to buy I'm going to buy a big old bag of bagels for the boys.
That's a good plan.
You know? I still have the gift card because I tried to order the bagels. They said, you waited too long, idiot. We're sold out. We got 3 everything bagels. And I go, that's not enough. And they go, try again tomorrow. And I'll forget. I just forgot.
So what you do...
What size shoe do you think this guy wears?
I mean, he's rocking probably a solid 11 to start with. They look a little small, so I don't think he has gargantuan feet.
They do look a little small, don't they?
But they are a little small, so I'm going to go with 11. And the reason I said 11 is because now that you said that small, I'm not going to tell you what size my shoes are.
Does this diaper go underneath? Let me see. Let me see if I can see.
I guess they're only a little bit bigger than that.
Look at that. Look at that. That's hot.
That's right. Slightly above, slightly below. You don't know what you can see.
It is slotted into that gooch.
But yeah, I do enjoy the look of the club itself. I like the little roots and leaves and stuff.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
It's a cool looking stick.
It's a fucking tree, you know?
Right. It does look like it's been pulled directly from the ground.
It's a tree somebody shaved down.
Which I like. What are you trying to accomplish
I'm
here?
just
We
trying
never
to-
talked about that. Like, are you just
Trying to survive right now.
Are you,
Shit.
Are you just scratching and surviving good times style, or what?
No,
You don't have a specific quest you're doing, is what I'm saying.
No, nothing like
Okay.
that.
I wasn't sure because, I almost died back there and I missed a little bit of the episode.
No, he's okay though. Just needed some sippies.
You ever rely on the hole next to the hole you breathe out of?
I thought you were gonna say,
too much.
do you ever rely on water? And I go, we all do.
Everyone.
Everyone relies on it.
Everybody except Zuckerberg.
Someday we'll run out and it's gonna be fucked.
He lives off that protein paste they made for RoboCop. Right?
Baby food?
That's what he eats.
Shit!
Right?
I just lost 28,000 runes.
No, what does he call it? He calls it a rudimentary protein paste or something like
And then
that.
the guy dips his finger into it. He's like, tastes like baby food.
Yeah, because that's probably essentially what it is.
And I go, this guy's gonna be in every single movie. And sure enough, he was.
Is that Miguel Ferreira?
I think so.
God, he's good.
Right?
I watched him get punched in Twin Peaks. It was pretty great.
Just straight up fucking punched.
Have you ever seen that scene?
No, huh?
Put it up.
You've had enough of me?
Yes, I have.
Wasn't that nice?
Work is what it was.
Oh, yeah.
I worked hard for that.
Yeah.
And by me worked hard for it, I mean Watson found it and gave it to me.
Yeah, I sent you the relevant thing and then apologized again for bringing it up.
Sorry for making you do stuff, baby.
Sorry, you do so much. Actually, I am going to talk to you after we record this about something.
Watch it be something like, sorry, couldn't find it, because I've done that before, too.
A new venture that I want to discuss with you.
Oh, wait, you have a plan, don't you?
No, I have a couple of plans. but
I'm supposed to, real quick, though, I need to slot that in your brain hole.
Got it.
You need me to, walk you through
I'm slotted up.
the work history, right?
That's true.
So, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't say business names. The first business isn't even open anymore.
Just say what kind of work it was.
Okay, this was the first one was 14 to 19. And I don't think I was supposed to be working at 14.
You
but-
can get a permit, but did you get a permit?
No, I just showed up.
Then
and
you shouldn't have been working at 14.
My boss was like, I'm going to pay you under the table because I'm not supposed to have you working here. And I said, okay, cool.
That cleared things up pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I said, all right, so we're starting off strong.
Watch out for that guy's throwing shit.
Yeah,
at
man,
you.
I'm trying.
But what kind of work was it?
It was a restaurant. It was a family-owned,
Okay.
short-order cook restaurant.
Then yeah, don't say the name of it.
No, it is. Again, it's no longer in business. They finally shut down after 40 years.
Yeah.
Guy said, fuck this. I think they tried, like any other small business, they tried selling it to someone.
Oh, okay.
No
yeah.
one wanted to buy,
Yeah.
their business because, it's a family business. No one wants to.
Start.
Some people do that. Some people will buy a book of business.
That's how Ruth's Chris started. Because it was just Chris Steakhouse, and then some lady named Ruth bought it and
Oh.
named it Ruth's Chris.
Ruth's Chris?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That makes a lot of sense now.
Isn't that stupid as hell, though?
I hate it. It's hard to say, too.
It's very hard to say. It's almost even dumber now that you know that it's just some lady being like, "No, it's mine now. It's my Chris."
This is Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
What about Ruth Chris's Steakhouse?
No, it's
that's
Ruth's.
dumb.
It's hard to say. I want it to be tough.
So you did that for 5 years?
Did that for 5 years. 19 happened.
That's very respectable for a first job. Anything you stay at for 5 years at that age, I feel like you're overcoming a lot.
It was just the place that was in town that hired me.
Yeah.
There was no, I grew up in a town of, I want to say there's 2,000 people there now.
Yeah, there's only about 3 in mine.
I do know that the police station was just dissolved The police force was just dissolved in my hometown,
Hell yeah.
which is fucking hilarious.
Fuck the police.
Right. Someone else said, "Yep." 19 happened.
Yeah.
I graduated the broadcasting school that I went to.
Mm-hmm.
At 19, I fucking left home.
Oh,
finally.
right, yeah.
And I said, I'm going to live 4 hours away from me, because the broadcasting school I went to had a job placement, and they said, this place across the state said you can work there. And I said, okay. So I drove 4 hours for a fucking interview.
Awesome.
Right?
Good
They
on
said,
you
yep.
for at least doing the interview first.
Right. I didn't just go there.
You're right. You didn't quite just go there.
I drove there for a weekend. It was just a day, I think. Drove 4 hours there.
I've done that. I've done a 4.5 hour one-way trip.
And then
there
back.
and back
Yeah,
in one
it
day.
sucks.
It sucks.
Went there. They said, all right, you're hired. We're going to pay you $15,000 a year. That was my salary. And I said, great.
That's more money than I've ever been offered for a job.
Right. I at the previous job, the one that I just quit when I was 19, I think I made like $6 an hour or something like that.
Yeah, you probably cleared $9,000 a year.
Started out at $4 an hour. Worked my way up to $6.
Hell yeah.
And we had to walk uphill both ways in the snow.
I started at $5.50 when I got a job at 16. I started at $5.50 and worked
Yeah.
my way up to $6.50.
It's fucking pathetic, isn't it?
It's not pathetic. It's what they were offering.
It's
I
just
couldn't
what there
go in there
was.
and be like, no, I want more. They'd
Yeah.
be like, well, fucking tough shit. Get out of here.
Well, so I did the math on like a 40-hour work week, which is what I was doing, $15,000 a year. I go,
yeah.
I'm making about the same amount of money that I was before at the restaurant. And I go, that fucking sucks.
That's when you get a little depressed.
But it was my
Yeah.
dream job. I was an overnight DJ at a country radio station.
And that does make a difference.
Yes.
Like, I'm sure you were getting tons more satisfaction out of that, even if it wasn't your station of choice or program of choice.
Not at all.
At least you weren't just, back at the house in somebody's restaurant or whatever.
Yeah. But I was there. I was doing the thing that I went to school for. I worked there for about a year and a half. They laid me off. Basically, Barack Obama got elected office, and everyone that ran a business freaked out, and they just fired everybody.
I was like, I don't know where you're going with this, but people aren't going to know if it's satire.
Oh,
So you said Obama got elected, and I was like, where are you going there, Chief?
Oh no, it's
you went a different way with
I
it.
think I wrapped around pretty well.
You did. It's just my spidey sense.
You're like, wait a second, what's he gonna say?
Hold on, I live in rural Missouri. Some people just drop the N-word in normal conversation.
Someone did today.
I know.
It was fucked.
That's called setting you up, bro.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Thank you, by the way. It does not go unnoticed.
You're very welcome.
The setup. I don't think I'm going to live through this
You're not
encounter.
that crab. That's like the end of the It miniseries.
He's coming at me. He's pissed.
When
Can
you're
he,
in the remember when you're in the sewers
can he shoot me with
and
stuff?
it turns into a spider.
Yeah, he can shoot me with
He's
stuff.
definitely got a ranged attack.
Yeah. Here it comes, actually, most likely.
We live in rural Missouri
Rural Missouri.
where there are I went to school that was 98% white. Something like that.
Sure.
I mean, it was pretty darn close to a
We didn't even know the
That.
meaning of diverse.
yeah.
Wasn't a word in our fucking vocabulary.
It just didn't happen.
Right.
German settlers, a lot of German settlers in my area.
Now, I've seen the cages in my friend's basement apartment.
Yeah, you're
that
familiar.
That are still there, and I go, they should get rid of these.
Probably, yeah. They
This
should
is
probably get
fucked
rid
up.
of these.
We don't need these at all. I'm going back up here. I'm gonna live, baby.
So yeah, when you're out and about, people get a little, I don't know, cocky, comfortable,
Sure.
too comfortable,
Yeah.
and you overhear some wild shit. But you actually had one just kind of said to you. You had a slur said in front of you, not
In front of me,
not to you.
not about me,
Right,
or,
not about
or
you.
at me. It was just said in front of me, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, no, he looks the part," and I fucking do. I hate it. I hate so much.
It's true. You do fit a certain stereotype.
I have a shaved head. I have a beard. I'm a white guy. I look like a certain group of people.
Relatively thick glasses.
Yeah.
You
Like,
know,
oh, this guy, he probably got like a rune tattooed
this
somewhere.
guy works out a lot, something like that.
Yeah. Beware of lightning.
To like 5-finger death punch. You know.
Sure, yeah.
Just the douchiest douche that ever douched.
So, get laid off, get a different job at a radio station. I get a job at a local talk station. I move back home, like the local talk station in the middle of nowhere.
Hell yeah.
AM radio, right? Which still exists. There are still AM stations. I do not know how they're operating. I don't know, like, It's got to be just like a pet project of somebody.
Oh, somebody's
some
just
rich asshole.
pouring their own money into it, or just
They just like
holding
it.
it together beyond any kind of hope of a profit.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I just got one-shotted.
Yeah,
okay.
you did.
So can't get hit by this boss. Got
Why
it.
does it look like a cat?
It's supposed to be a watchdog.
I know. Why does it look like a cat?
They use this boss like 50 times in this game.
You
too.
designed the game.
I made the game? Okay.
It's your
It
fault.
was your idea, you fucking idiot.
I'm so accusatory.
Worked Talkstation for 4 years. Me and the boss did not agree on anything because, again, this is AM talk radio in rural Missouri.
Yeah.
Extremely conservative.
And again, he hired you.
She hired me.
She hired you because you looked one way.
She
and
had
then met you.
She had a pre-recorded segment called. I hope you hear this because I fucking hate her.
Because fuck you, bitch.
God, she sucked.
I've never met her in my life. I don't know anything about her, but
She sucked the whole time.
I hate her on your behalf. I'll tell you that.
So, she had a pre-recorded 10-minute segment that played during her morning show. I never understood that. So her morning show was
Oh, she's taking a dump, bro.
right. Her morning show was 8 to 10. But before the morning show, okay, so her pre-recorded segment did happen before her.
So it
actual
happened
show.
at 7:50,
But it was called Off the Cuff.
and it was anything but.
Yes, it's a pre-recorded show called Off the Cuff,
And it wasn't like a bit.
and no one's going to tell her she's wrong
Nobody pointed out the irony of that.
because they all want to keep their jobs.
Well, sure. And what do you gain from that?
I know that I was rarely brought into the office and said, "You got to leave the sports guy alone," and I said, "No, he sucks.
But the sports guy
He
sucks.
fucking sucks." And they're like, "Yeah, but he's keeping this place running by like doing
Yeah, like
high school sports play-by-play."
I was gonna say, high school sports keeps small towns alive in
Sure.
weird ways. Oh, terrible. We had a terrible team.
Oh yeah.
We had a good team my freshman year, and they went to state in football.
We're going to state, baby.
They lost, but they went.
Coach would have put me in fourth quarter. We'd have been state champions, no doubt.
And that was kind of the vibe, basically, from thereafter. But what I remember being really funny, and this is just as someone who wasn't really involved in sports at my school, they changed our division
Oh,
after that.
I kind of know what that means.
It means that they were like, you're kind of too good to be playing against the schools you're playing against, but you're not good enough to be playing against the ones that win state. So
Okay.
they shuffled us around a little bit, and we started playing against school districts with other kids. And yeah, we never won like anything else ever because we were suddenly not the big fish in the small pond. We
Sure.
were a very small fish in a St. Louis pond.
Little tiny St. Louis pond.
Right. The farmland that has part of our school district in it, it borders on St. Louis. It's just that expansive.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were technically like their neighbors, but you'd have to drive an hour and a half to every game.
It sucks.
It sucks when I was a senior and I was dating one of the girls who was on color guard,
Right.
and I had to go to like everything. I watched her perform the same 3-minute dance like 10 times one summer.
You're like, I can't do this anymore. We're through.
Do you know what the song was that they danced to? You'll never in a million years guess what the song was.
Was it a Gary Glitter song?
No.
All right, because we had a Gary Glitter song in Pep Band.
All right, that's pretty bad.
It's not good.
You know what this was?
Huh.
Glycerine by Bush. Which is like, what the fuck?
You're supposed to get people pumped, right?
No, it's color guard.
Oh, okay.
It's color guard performing their own stuff. So there's no sport happening. There's just color guard competition.
Did they...
So they do the rifle spinning, they do sabers, they do like floor routines.
Sure.
And it's more of a dance competition than a pep rally.
Gotcha.
You know how in Bring It On, when that girl's like, so you guys go to like football games or whatever? And Kirsten Dunst is like, no, football games are just like practice for us. This is an actual cheer competition.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
You remember.
I do, yes.
It's a great movie.
You remember. You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You remember how hot Elijah Dushku is in that.
What a name. What a last name.
Elijah Dushkanu.
Oh, I gotta upgrade my shit, man. That's why I'm not doing very well.
Hold on, go look at Spider Guy again. Can I see some?
This is Spider Guy? So he's a misbegotten.
Oh, see, I was seeing it looked like eyes, but
Yeah.
I guess those are probably what, like
He's
funguses?
like reptilian, you know?
Scaly, kind of.
Yeah, he's just kind of deformed.
He reminds me a little bit of the six-armed guy from Spirited Away.
Okay.
Just we had like the bristly little mustache thing at the bottom. And
You remind me of my father. I hated my reptile dad. He
Yeah,
was
he was-
lizard-like.
Hated my reptilian overlord.
Yeah. He was a dick and also a lizard. Two things can be true. You can be a dick and a lizard. All right, I gotta buy some stones, I think.
But enough about lizard dick. What did you do after that? What did you do after
I went
talk
to
radio?
I went to another radio station. It was one of those 80s, 90s, and now radio stations, which is as gay as it sounds. Because here's the thing: there's 80s, 90s,
I'm
and
sorry,
now.
gay?
Yes, yes.
Is that how we're describing
That's
things?
how. Yes, because and let me explain myself. Okay.
Was it actually like, we only play Wham and we only play Lance Bass's solo work?
Tons of Wham, but also in like a really. Here's the thing about a lot of 80s music.
It's just soft rock.
It's just soft rock, right?
Yeah.
And the reason I described it as such was not because of to be rude or anything like that, but because it is just.
There's
a
something
bunch of-
inherently homosexual
Right.
about the type of music that came out of that time.
And it's in rural Missouri, and I'm like, none of you guys and all of you cannot stand homosexual people, and all of you are just not with it at all. There, I saved it.
Yeah, my dad definitely unironically likes some music that is very homosexual.
Yeah.
And he would be uncomfortable if he knew.
Right, if he knew about the artist.
If he knew. And I know tons of old school like metalheads who were like, they would have no idea certain lead singers were gay and stuff like that, even though it's glaringly obvious.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's use 60 of these.
So there is always kind of a weird juxtaposition there of like super masculine, manly man stuff
Yeah.
and homoerotic stuff.
And also now is 24 years. Now 24 years. There's 80s, not because there's still radio
There's
stations
80s,
out.
the 90s, and the lost decade that went on for 24 years.
Like, really? You guys aren't picking up on that? The now part of it?
Also, when can we just go ahead and drop the 80s? Just keep doing 3 decades of music. Just call it 90s, 2000s, and now.
Right.
Or 90s till now. There, I fixed it.
I think I'm starting to figure out why. So I found the controller that I'm using right now. I found it in the trash.
Hell yeah.
It's a PlayStation 5 controller.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to save you, baby. It's going to be okay.
And you gave it some love.
Gave it some love, and it seems to be working okay. So this whole time I've been playing with a PS5 controller on my PC. I'm pretty proud of that.
I like that you're just now getting it together, too, at the end of the episode. You're figuring this controller out. I'm proud of you.
Right. I just want to beat this one boss this one episode.
I'd like that.
Yeah. My weapon, I think, does a little more damage now. I feel like it's going to go okay.
But why does it look like a cat?
I don't know, man. It's stupid.
Like the ears, it's kind of got a bat head,
A little bit.
but the body is just cat. It's
Thought you
just
said a
cat.
fat. Thought you said a fat head.
Bat.
There we
yeah.
go. See that big old yellow chunk that came off?
I saw the crown come down.
Get some. He's gonna spit his stuff at me.
Yeah, that's what you gotta watch.
No.
The hairball attack.
The lightning hairball. Then he gets up on his hind legs. It's very threatening.
Like they got like 3/4 of the way through this and go, oh shit, I'm making a cat by accident. Change it.
Watchdog.
It's definitely a watchdog.
Like, that's not a dog. It's Japanese. It doesn't matter.
I don't know. Maybe somebody else knows more about the lore and stuff of this.
No, I think it's known that it's stupid. It's just a dumb design.
All right. Because I hate to. I'm not trying to crap on it. I know they worked hard on this game and all that, but
I worked hard on it.
I just sometimes you notice stuff and you go, "Am I crazy? Am I being mean, or is
There
that
he
just not a watchdog at all?"
There he goes noticing stuff again.
You can
What
be
a
a
dick.
You can be a real dick just by noticing stuff. Sometimes you don't notice that everybody noticed the thing and you're not supposed to be talking about it.
Anyway, so that was the end of my. I worked there for 3 years. My life kind of fell apart after that,
Hell yeah.
and then I never worked in radio again.
Well, you don't know that.
I didn't try. Well, cut to present time. I
Yeah.
have not worked in radio since.
There you go.
All right. I probably won't work in radio
You
again.
get a big serious contract like Howard Stern. That could happen.
Sure, it could happen. It
They just
probably
gave one
won't
to
happen.
Conan. And Conan's got his own channel. And
Again.
he's got like classic Conan too.
These are like big shots. All right.
There's like 5 people on the planet who could open a fucking radio channel.
So it's one of those things where you go, how do you apply for a radio job?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
I couldn't tell
honestly,
you.
just show up. They'll be so stoked that you know how to use the equipment. You'd get the job.
Maybe so. I don't know.
I
Again,
really think so.
I've never attempted to because I made very little money working in radio.
Right. That's the caveat.
I worked long, stupid hours and like had nothing to show for it.
In a dying medium.
Yeah.
That was arguably already dead when you joined it.
It was, because guess where I got all my news from? The internet. All the news stories that I needed to write, the information came from the internet.
Yeah.
And while I'm in school for radio, I go,
Have you ever heard?
I think I made a bad choice, but whatever. I've invested money in it. Might as well see it through.
When's the last time you heard morning radio? At this point, it literally is just, hey, we're going to read a Reddit post and talk about it a little bit. And it's like, why? Why can't I just read the Reddit post? Why do I need you guys?
Mark Maron's bit on morning radio is the best thing ever, because the way he describes it, so there's a team, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 guys and a girl. By the way, in St. Louis, the Rizzuto show, I think it's like 3 guys and a girl, but still, it's the same formula.
Used to be 4 guys and a girl until one of them was a skeevy dude.
Yeah, he's probably, I guess he's selling carpet now. I don't
Not
know.
letting that slide. He better not be working at Becky's.
Yeah, right. Fucking
Carpet and tile outlet.
fucking dick.
Greatest public access commercials of the 90s.
It's the one guy who
Yeah.
says blah blah blah. The second guy goes ha ha ha, and then the girl says, "You guys."
Yeah. And the funny part about that whole thing is there's a YouTube video that you can watch of Mark Maron on the Rizzuto show. He's done that radio show.
And he's doing that bit on the show, or
No, he's just doing it because he's coming to town that week. And since radio is dead, they uploaded as both a podcast and a YouTube video too. So you can go watch Maron do the thing he complains about.
I love that he complains about morning radio, because it was one, I didn't expect it. Whenever I started watching that special, I didn't think that he was going to do a morning radio bit. Of course not.
Well, you know he comes from a radio background, right?
No, I didn't know that.
We'll talk
Makes
more
sense,
about
though.
that, but yeah, talk.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much it. I just liked. It was some validation. I go, okay, good. It sucks.
Yeah, you're
Because
not alone.
I did a morning radio show for like 2 or 3 years, and that's what it was. Mm-hmm. It was just me and a lady, but still, it was me saying some dumb shit, and then the girl being like, "Oh, you," and I
Counterpoint.
go, and I go, I guess.
Like, yeah, all right, we can fake this dynamic, whatever. No, it's one of those things that, like, I don't think you're alone in thinking that that's kind of radio. I've heard other comedians talk about radio experiences. A lot of them say, like, I don't go in and promote, because that's what the clubs want you to do. The comedy clubs have deals with these radio stations. They want you to come in. They tell you it's going to sell more tickets, and it just doesn't. Being on the radio at 8:30 in the morning on a Thursday doesn't put butts in seats at 10 o'clock on Friday night.
No. And by the way, I listen to NPR, so fuck you.
Yeah, just don't listen to morning radio. It's terrible.
Don't do it.
It's just terrible.
Let's make it finally end.
Yeah, let's be
You
the
know?
generation that, look, we've killed everything else. Our generation should kill radio just finally.
So we're gonna leave you with that. Is that let's put the nail in the morning radio coffin. It's gotta go.
Calling out the Rizzuto show. Fuck you guys. You're useless.
Somebody's gonna be like, I don't know. He sounds like he's jealous that he doesn't have a morning radio show anymore. And I go, yep, you got it. But we do.